Happy Monday. Welcome to the Pre-Snap Podcast presented by LineStar, your top Monday Night Football player prop bets. Tonight's game, we got the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside my co-host, Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville. Like I said, we've got some great prop bets for you, plus touchdown calls, and we will give you what angle we're playing in terms of the sides in this one. But we'll also recap last week's 3-0 performance as well. We crushed it last Monday Night Football. And Tyler, we've been rolling along here in the prop department, not just in NFL, but in NBA as well. On Thursday and Friday, we were 3-0 on our NBA picks. Now, NBA's off this week, just for those of you guys that are looking out for that NBA show. It's kind of not off this week, but they have the in-season tournament, so there's not as many games to kind of choose from. So we'll try to do it tomorrow for a 2-game slate then, but for right now, for that money contest, tune in tomorrow to our NBA show. But for right now, we got a money gun celebration here. Tyler, you got your money gun locked and loaded or what?
I'm ready here.
We're off. I think I need new batteries. We get a little worn out. There we go. So we were 3-0 in our performance last Monday night. Taking a look at our entry, we had Cortland Sutton over 61.5 receiving yards. He had 102. Jerry Jeudy was Tyler's pick over 4.5 receptions. Jeudy had 9 receptions for 235 receiving yards. Crushed that one. Nick Chubb under 58.5 rushing yards. Came in with 48. And Tyler, your touchdown call for Jerry Jeudy at plus 195 cash for us. So great day for the props department. Let's see if we can run it back. That was kind of a crazy game there last week with Broncos and Browns. Certainly not as a lot of firepower in that game, which was a bit unexpected. So heading into this one, we've got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, both teams at this point in the season are likely out of the playoff scenario. But I know there's a ton of people that still have, something involved in tonight's contest, whether it be fantasy or if you're getting into the prop bets like we are. So make sure to check out the PropsAI tool in the LineStar app to help you find the best value in the prop market. You can go to LineStarApp.com. And if you can find our picks, they are available on places like Underdog, Sleeper, CHALKBOARD, and ParlayPlay. And if you don't have any of those apps, when you first download them, you use the promo code LineStar. You'll get a deposit match. Plus, you'll also get 1 free month of the LineStar app. So it's a really great way to test out that PropsAI tool. And before we get rolling, we got to announce a winner from last week's show. Because we went 3-0, one randomly selected commenter wins $50. So the winner of last week's Monday Night Football 3-0 performance is Stephen Locker, J3J, who wrote 3 for 3, we do. Let's get this shmoney. Well, Stephen Locker, congrats. You got that shmoney, $50. Comment on this video. We'll get in touch with you to get you your winnings. All right, if you want to be a winner for today's video, if we go 3-0, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. You're in it to win it. All right, let's get it rolling here. But before we get into our prop bets, we got to just take a look at the injury report, see what we're working with here for Dallas. Keep an eye on actually both offensive lines in this one because we've got guard Zach Martin who's out for them. Now, Trayvon Diggs is listed as questionable. From the reports I've read, Tyler, it seems like he is going to go tonight. But another tackle, Tyler Guyton, is also questionable. So keep an eye on that situation. And then for Cincinnati, Orlando Brown, their tackle is out for tonight. And their defensive tackle, Sheldon Rankins, also out for an illness. He's been out the last couple weeks. Wide receiver Charlie Jones, questionable with a groin injury. So some things to take into consideration as we approach the prop market. So let's get right to it. First, we're going to start off with the LineStar PropsAI pick, and then Tyler and I will give you our favorite picks of the night. So we're going to start off with Cincinnati Bengals tight end Mike Gesicki over 25.5 receiving yards. LineStar's projection for Gesicki here is 30.6. And in fact, Gesicki's averaging 36.3 per game, and he just had 53 last week. He's been over 7 of the last 12 games, and tonight going up against a Dallas defense that's 18th in pass defense DVOA versus opposing teams' tight ends. Tyler, in fact, 3 of the last 4 tight ends have gone over. You had Theo Johnson, your boy. You love taking his over in the props department. He had 54, and he cashed that one. Zach Ertz, 38. Dalton Schultz, 33. And the one before that was Dallas Cowboys. He had 25, so he just missed that mark. But nonetheless, tight ends putting up numbers against this Dallas Cowboys defense. What do you think here for Gesicki?
Cowboys 29th versus tight end. Mm-hmm. So over the last 10 games, Gesicki has been used all over the field and been, very good this season. So I like the spot. I think the number is a little bit low. he definitely has had his best games with Higgins out, but he's still done plenty good enough with Higgins there. He had 53 yards last week. He's in a good spot. Don't mind going to Gesicki here.
All right. So let's go with the tight end, Tyler. For your pick now, where are you headed?
Staying with the tight end position, but going with Jake Ferguson over 37.5 receiving yards. Our LineStar projections 45. Consensus is 38.1. He's back from injury, and while he was gone, Schoonmaker was getting a ton of targets. I think that's going to be the same way. Just Ferguson getting them instead of Schoonmaker, and the Bengals are giving up 7 receptions for 81 yards per game to the tight end over the last 4. And Cincinnati is 20th this season and 29th over the last 5 versus tight end. So I like the spot. The matchup's good. Ferguson has been solid, and tight end is getting a ton of targets for Cowboys right now.
And let's be honest, this Cincinnati Bengals defense has been absolutely atrocious this season. I mean, it's crazy because you look at the numbers that Joe Burrow is putting up on a weekly basis, and you'd think they'd get some wins out of it, but the defense has just been such a problem for them. So definitely an area to target in the prop market. For my prop, I'm going to attack that Dallas defense that's also been struggling this season. So we're going to go with Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver 2 T. Higgins over 71.5 receiving yards. It's a little high, but the consensus projection rather is 77.2. And T. Higgins is averaging just under 80 receiving yards per game. He's been over 4 of the last 5 games and going up against a Dallas defense that's 25th in pass defense DVOA versus wide receiver 2. Trayvon Diggs is a little banged up in this one. He's questionable, but if he isn't, I see him really covering Jamar Chase in this one. I think that leaves some opportunity for T. Higgins here. Tyler, I'm also hopeful that T. Higgins gets some more looks because I'm going up against Jamar Chase tonight in fantasy, and I'm just hoping that all the looks go to T. Higgins tonight to save me, so I can get exactly. So I think there's probably going to be a lot of people that have Jamar Chase or T. Higgins or Joe Burrow tonight in fantasy. That there's a lot of fantasy implications tonight, so I'm fully aware of that. But for my own selfish purposes, we got to go T. Higgins.
The best ball regular season tonight. So
nice. So how are you looking, Tyler?
Well, I don't have a ton of Barkley and Henry, and so my advance rate is much lower than years prior, but I do have some very good teams that should be different in the playoffs. So we'll see. It's all about the playoffs anyway.
I'll be cheering you on from the sidelines because none of my teams got through, but hey, some years are great. Last year I made it through, but not this year. It's okay. All right, so our top 3 prop bets for today are going to be Gesicki over 25.5 receiving yards. We're going to go Jake Ferguson over 37.5 receiving yards and T. Higgins over 71.5 receiving yards. Another one I want to throw out here is Rico Dowdle over 18.5 receiving yards. It's not going to be one of our top 3, but I do want to mention it because I still really like it, Tyler. Why don't you go into a little bit more about this matchup for Dowdle?
Good old Rico Dowdle. Look, he's averaging 17.7 on the season, but over the last, few weeks, he's taken over this running back 1 role, playing 60 to 70% of the snaps. And the Bengals have allowed 5 receptions for 41 yards per game over the last 4 to the running back. So they've been tough on the ground, but have given it up a little bit on the air through to the running back. So I like the spot for Dowdle. He's playing a lot, and the line is just a little bit low. I mean, dump offs to the running back and tight end are like the safety blanket for unexperienced quarterbacks, and that's exactly what we have in Cooper Rush.
Yeah, Cooper Rush definitely. You know what? Like CeeDee Lamb hasn't exactly been there the last couple of weeks, so I like this little safety valve for Cooper Rush tonight against a pretty porous defense. So those are our top picks for tonight. Again, using the PropsAI tool in the LineStar app to help us. If you haven't already by this point in the video, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below, and you enter into our prop bets contest. So we got to go 3-0 again to give out another $50, and we'll announce that on next week's Monday Night Football show. Man, the season, it's flying by this year. So got to get another couple money gun celebrations to end the year strong here. But let's talk about our touchdown calls. Touchdown calls of the game. Tyler, where are you headed for an anytime touchdown tonight?
I'm going to the Dallas Cowboys tight end, Jake Ferguson, plus 290. He has 5 red zone targets over the last 8 weeks, which is 3rd on the team. But he missed 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, and the week prior to that, he only played 8% of the snaps. So he's pretty much out 3 of those 8 weeks here, and is still third on the team in red zone targets. Bengals allowing 0.7 touchdowns per game to the tight end this season. Ferguson, second option at this team at plus 290, and a game total of 50 is just way too good a value to pass up for me.
All right. For mine, I'm going to my man T. Higgins, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals at plus 115 for an anytime touchdown. Higgins has 5 touchdowns on the season, which might not be that impressive, but consider he's only played in 7 games this season. He also has 9 red zone targets over the last 8 weeks. That is third most behind Jamar and CD, and I like the plus money that we're getting with this pick here because he's going up against a Dallas defense that isn't great in passing defense this year, 17th in pass defense DVOA, and even worse specifically against wide receiver 2s, ranking 25th in that category. So I think T. Higgins may get some opportunity here, and he's a guy who could really put some stress on the defense. I mean, he's a wide receiver 2, but not your average wide receiver 2. He's got great hands, super athletic, can make those one-handed catches that defy the laws of gravity and physics and all the things. So we're going T. Higgins for an anytime touchdown tonight. All right, let's talk about this matchup. We've got the Bengals going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys are home underdogs, plus 5. Over under at 49.5. Which way are you playing this, Tyler?
Oh, man. This Bengals D just keeps giving it up.
Yep.
It's so hard to trust either one of these teams. I mean, on the Cowboys side, you have Cooper Rush.
Yep.
On Bengals side, they haven't been able to keep a lead. And I don't know. I can't play this game. There's too much variance I see in this.
I don't think there's a ton of value.
50 total's high, though.
Yeah. There's not a ton of value that mark at 50 is a little bit high for me. Maybe the value is to the under here. I don't know. I'm not going near any of this stuff right now. I can't trust either team. And when that happens, I kind of just stay away from it. But if you're going to force me to pick, I guess I'm going to go to the Cincinnati Bengals because at some point, all the stats that Joe Burrow is putting up there have to pay off eventually, right? And translate into a win. I mean, their defense has to do something again. And what better way for a defense to show up than against, Cooper Rush and a non-existent run game, kind of. Although Rico Dowdle's kind of emerged for the Cowboys run game. Yeah. So I will say that. But either way, I think it's the Bengals, although I'm still bitter at them for knocking me out of Survivor week 1. Thanks, Bengals. Really appreciate that. So yeah, basically that's me saying I don't trust either team. I wouldn't play it, but hey, let us know in the comments if you've got any locks for us, whether it be which team you're going with, if you're going money line, how you're playing this, or if it's a prop bet that we missed out on. Please let us know in the comments. Good luck in all of your prop betting endeavors for tonight. Remember to check out that PropsAI tool on the LineStar app. LineStarApp.com. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.